Hey, what's up, guys? This is take two of the stream. Okay. So I had to definitely restart it again. Because I apparently had some problems with YouTube. It wasn't showing my screen, and I was actually talking about the Discord. So, welcome to the stream. Today, I am going to be playing FIFER's Realism mod Beta 3. So, that's pretty much what we're going to be doing. However, in the beginning, I am going to jump into FIFA Ultimate Team just to show you my squad and what I've done. That'll take about maybe 10 minutes. I'm not going to be playing any FIFA Ultimate Team, but we are going to be playing a Create a Club career mode custom with the FIFER's Realism mod full on. Beta 3 came out this weekend on Saturday. So I'll be showing you that. So everybody who's here in the stream later on, thank you for being here. And for also those that do watch my videos, I am currently multi-streaming on both Twitch and on YouTube. So it is a lot to juggle for me, at least. So if I do miss your chat later on while you're in here, I apologize. I am looking at my YouTube chat on this screen, and then I look at my Twitch and multi-stream. Sometimes there's a delay. Definitely 100% there is a delay. So but needless to say, let's get this show on the road. All right, so right now I'm going to show you my screen, and I'm going to show you the Discord so you guys can see the come on now. Let's go. All right, so here we go. We got the Discord going on. So this is the FIFER's Realism mod. In my opinion, the best mod that you could possibly play in FIFA 23. Hands down, 5-star, 5-star. The best. All in one. It's got everything in there. Boots, faces, mini faces. I mean, you name it. Brand new game. I'm not even going to tell you everything it has. I already basically spent like 30 minutes before talking about it. It's just incredible, everything that it has, right? But right now we're going to be focusing on the beta 3 that came out this weekend. It works with title update number 6. So if you are interested in getting it, join his Patreon, and then you'll have access to the beta channels and the alpha channels that have access to the mod. But the mod does go public, so it will go public at some point. But yeah, so enough about that. Just check it out. You know, you do your own, Google it, boom, go there. You won't regret it. Trust me, 100%. So now I start my videos. I'm gonna show you how I install my mods and pretty much like the whole process. Because the thing is that every time I get, a lot of people always ask me, Antonio, Cofresi, Antonio. That's actually my real name, and Cofresi is what I use online, my avatar and all that. So they always ask me, hey, I cannot get this mod to work. It will not load, right? So today I'm going to show you what I do to get this mod started. All right. So let's see. We have our first one. So we got Lex Samarinkovic. Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the chat. I appreciate you being here. So let's see. First one. Can you do a tutorial on how to install this and how to launch the game so we don't get banned? Yes, 100%. That's pretty much what we're going to be doing today, right now. So if you're watching this right now, I'll show you 100% you will not get banned by doing this. Okay, now this is the thing. When you playing FIFA, it modded, you have to play offline. All the time, 100%. You have to play offline. If you play online and you play FIFA Ultimate Team, you will get banned. You will get banned. So, you know, the only way you could play FIFER's Realism mod, you play offline, you will not get banned. Okay. Now, there is a thing though. If you do happen to play with the live editor, you got to make sure that if you use the live editor, you have to use it offline, and then you also have to do a repair of FIFA when you finish using it offline, because otherwise when you try to turn it on again, the anti-cheat program will figure out that there is, or you got to restart your computer so that the live editor is no longer in the system, because it'll stay in the memory, in the task manager. You can actually see in the background, and when you try to turn on the anti-cheat, it'll come up. Anyways, we're not using the live editor, we're using the FIFA mod manager. So Here we go. Of course, boom, website, beta. You find it, you download it, good to go. Again, I'm sorry if I missed your chat, but I try to look every once in a while over here. Let me look in here, multi-stream. You see on my multi-stream, it still hasn't shown up, but I see it on YouTube that you actually send a text. So appreciate you. All right. And of course, I will repeat the questions because if you are watching on Twitch, you don't know what's going on YouTube and vice versa. If you do ask me a question on Twitch, I will say it again so that people on YouTube can actually hear me. All right, so here we go. We downloaded the mod from the Discord channel, right? So we got it. I'm going to close that out. All right, and I'm going to show you where I put my mods. I put my mods in a second, in not the primary drive, but the secondary drive of my hard drive, right? So I got 2 hard drives, or I got multiples, but the ones that I use the most, right? So the second one, right here, gaming, FIFA mods, FIFA modding, and then of course the FIFA 23 mods, right? So in here I got a couple different documents, and one of them is mods, and this is the one we just downloaded, the FIFA 23 Realism mod. I decompress it. When I decompress it, of course I use the password that's included in the beta channel. I cannot share that password, but if you join the beta channels, you will get access to the password. All right, once you decompress the mod, you will find it in the folder here, everything that's in there. And this is why to me the FIFER Realism mod is the best. Is not just one mod, it's a dozen or more mods into one, like more than a dozen actually. But you got the main mods, you got the boot mod, glove mods, and of course there'll be more as the time will keep going out, like beta 4, beta 5, and also the other releases. So you got the Creator Club revamp mod, Faces update mod, gameplay mod. This one's actually just got released, the gameplay mod, graphic mods, manager faces, manager outfits, new faces, tattoos, and then of course the Realism mod. It includes a squad file. Right now we're currently the good thing about it, the squad file gets updated. So like myself, I play Manchester United. When I load this mod file in there, I don't have to worry about transferring Ronaldo out of the squad anymore. Ronaldo's no longer in the squad. However, in the public release, usually they have 2, so they'll have like a summer transfer window and then a winter transfer window. So you get like best of both worlds, whatever you want to use. And then you also have your TV logos. Your TV logos is the logos that appear on the right hand side of the screen. This is EA Play. You can actually take that off and replace it to it whatever you want. So if you want to do Sky Sports, if you want to do Mola Live, Fox Sports News, whatever you want to do, right? So they're all in there. And of course this list will just eventually get bigger and bigger as time goes by. Then we have if you are playing an old save file and you want to use those saves, you can actually import the RDB, the database, and you can use the tables from here. So here are all the tables, right? That takes a little bit more finessing and a little bit more knowledge into like knowing what you're doing and where the files are located. So if you don't want to do that, you don't have to. You can just start a fresh career mode. That's what I choose to do because honestly, I don't like to take 30 minutes or an hour to play my games. I want to play right away. So every time I get a new update like beta 3, beta 4, the public release, I just start a fresh, brand new career mode. All right, then we got scoreboards for all the different countries, major countries: Argentina, Australia, Belgium, England, France, Germany, Italy, list goes on and on, Spain, so forth. All right, so we got that. All right, other add-ons right now, we have a dynamic boot assignment. So that is not only do you have the luxury with the FIFER Realism mod to get multiple boots in there, like hundreds of boots in there's additional to what's already in the game, but it'll do dynamically. It'll give the player the correct boot that your favorite player has. So if you find that myself, when I play Manchester United, I want Varane to have the correct boots. I want Fernandez to have the right boots. Rashford, Martial. With this mod, what it does, it goes to the database. It figures out because there's websites out there that'll tell you each club and it'll tell you in detail what boots are actually wearing. It goes through that list, and then it assigns those boots for you, so you don't have to do it. It does it for you already, right? So you don't have to spend 20-30 minutes trying to put the correct boots on your player, not only your team or your club, but it does it for every other club in every other league, right? So it's kind of like a no-brainer to just use it, unless you want to change your own boots for your own player, which you can. All right, then Luau script, same thing. If you want to use the cheat engine, and of course, when I say cheat engine, I don't mean that you're gonna cheat in the game, like cheat in FIFA Ultimate Team. Everybody knows that cheat engine, you use it to modify files and the RAM, so in the in the memory. So so that is what it is for, right? So it's not literally to cheat in the game, because this is of course for modding, not for cheating. This is all for modding. So if you like to cheat in the game and FIFA Ultimate Team, go somewhere else. But if you like to play mods, hey, this is it, right? All right. So we're gonna go ahead. All right. So those are all the files. Once you have decompressed the files that are in here, what you're gonna do, you're gonna load those files into the location that you have your FIFA software, FIFA mod manager software installed. In my case, what I do, I like to keep that software in the same hard drive that FIFA is installed. So in this case, I keep all my mods in the D drive, and I keep all my programs that I run the FIFA mod manager in the C drive, and that is exactly the same location that you have your game installed. Why do you want to do that? Because that will make the process of initializing the mods, when you hit run, when you click run the game, it'll make it that much faster. If you have your FIFA mod manager installed in a separate hard drive than the one that you have the game installed on, the process is just going to take a lot longer to actually initialize. So you want to make sure that at least those programs are in the same hard drive. So in this case, I'm going to go to my C drive. You can see that I went to 2 drives. So this is my D drive on this side, and I got my C drive on this side. So I got the FIFA modding on this side. I'm going to go to softwares. Of course, I got the live editor. I got the editor tool, which I use to make mods, or to make your own little mods, whatever you want. And then you got your FIFA mod manager installed. When you are installing the mods or the mod manager, make sure you get the correct version of the mod. So a lot of times the mistake that people make is that they're using a incorrect version of the mod, right? You want to make sure that you read the Discord, and the Discord will tell you, FIFER actually tells you, hey, use version 1 right now. You're using for beta 3 and beta 2. If you're using it, well, actually no, you're not using it still, because there's a new update, right? Update 6. But if you using version 1.1.3, that's what we're using. So you're gonna decompress it. When you decompress it and you run it for the first time, it's gonna create a folder inside. It's gonna call mods, and inside there's a FIFA 23 folder, and you're gonna take all the files, not just the ones you want. Okay, so there's a misconception. The misconception is that you only want to take the files that you want to use. No, you want to take all the files, throw them in there, because then once you're in the mod manager, you select the ones you want to run. So you have the option. The mod manager has all the files already there, and then once the mod manager is installed, you can say, hey, I'll export this ones, or let's activate only the ones you want. So what I do, I select all the files, I copy all, so I get shift control, hold shift control down, and then click, it'll select them all, and then you just come over here, boom, and drag it into the other hard drive. Now there is a file inside there. It's called the Squad FIFER's FIFA 23 Realism mod, and it's a squad file there. It's for the version 1.0 beta 3. And what you're gonna do, you're gonna go into, once you moved or copied the files into your mod folder of the mod manager, you're gonna click on documents, and you're gonna go into your FIFA 23 folder, and you're gonna go into settings, and you're gonna go and you're gonna move or copy that file over here. So you can see I've already done it. It's already here. So that is the file that I'm using. Okay. Once you have that there, you could just close it. You're done with it, and you're also done with you're done with this one already. Okay, but I'm gonna leave this open a little bit more just because I gotta show you something else that I also do. Okay, now let me open up that mod manager one more time. C drive, modding. All right, software, mod manager. All right, so inside the mods, okay, so you can see that, you know, what you have in there. Okay, and then of course, you know, we did the mods, right? You know, we did this already. I talked about that. Now let's say you wanted to create your own mods, and please do not be scared of thinking that creating your own mod is something so difficult, because it is not. It is the easiest thing in the world. Anybody can do it. It's just a matter of just overwriting a couple files with whatever files you want, right? It only gets technical if you're gonna do a bunch of things, like a bunch of things. It's just, you know, but if you're doing like one or two changes, it's not really that difficult, right? And the reason I wanted to show you this is because, as you can see here inside the FIFA mod manager, there's another folder that I created. It's called Cofresi mods. And inside there, I added two mods that I created, very small, and that is to add a badge to the create a club, and also to add banners and flags to your custom create a club. So do you have to do this? No, you don't. But I am certain 100% that there's a lot of users out there that mod, or, you know, that played mod, that they would definitely 100% like to create their own badge, and they would like to create their own banners, right? Not necessarily create their own kids, because there's plenty of kits out there already available through the FIFER Realism mod. But they're like, you know what? I want to have this badge, or I want to have that badge. So that's what I've done. Okay. So I've created my own banners and my own badge. And of course, how do you do that? You can go through some of my videos in the past that I've created, especially with the Hartford Athletics. I got a couple videos in there. Hartford Athletic episode 1 or 2, that actually I go over how to actually create your own banners and your own custom crests and everything. So you guys are welcome. If you do want me to do a tutorial on it for FIFA 23 on how to create your own badge and banner and import and all that, I can show you how to do that 100%. However, the process is pretty much identical to FIFA 22. So that's the reason I say the videos are there already. But if you do want me to do it for FIFA 23, I'm glad I'll do it again. Same thing, but I'll do it with FIFA 23. All right, so that's what I've done. I've actually created two mods, and I added them in there into the FIFA mod manager. And the reason I also wanted to show you that is to show you the versatility of the FIFA mod manager, that you can run not only the FIFER's Realism mod, but you can also run other mods on top of that. So you can create your custom badge to show inside the FIFER's Realism mod, because it kind of like overwrites, right? Overwriting some of the files in there as the mod starts to initialize. All right, so once those files are in there, okay, now what I'm going to do is, of course, I'm going to open up my EA. I'm going to close my camera here so you guys can see. Got all my these are all my gaming pro, you know, like EA, Steam, Epic Games, all, you know, all the things. And then I can usually keep all the other games on the bottom area. But yeah, so on the top we're gonna go to EA. I have both Origin on EA. Origin, you more than likely are not gonna be able to find now. You still can probably find it through somebody out there, like, you know, somebody could have it, and you know, you could download it from them. And it honestly does not matter whether you run Origin or you run EA. Like, to me, they both work. Of course, EA app replaced the Origin, and and there's only one thing that you do have to do with the EA app that you would have to add. So I'll show you what that is. All right, so we're gonna run it. We're gonna run EA app. Gonna double click on it. Of course, you know, you can see that I'm not running any mods or anything right now, or the FIFA mod. So running it. I'm sorry, I do have to put this in my mouth. I dip. So skull. That's my my vice. All right. All right. So we have, of course, you know, here we have the app open. We're gonna open up FIFA 23, and of course, you know, you can see how many hours I played. I'm completely grossed out. I know, it's so gross how many hours I played. 823. That's not even a real. That's not even the real number. It's actually, I had about 300 more than that, because if you look at Origin has about 300. So it's like they're both the 300, 828, and then we're 350 or something like that, right? But all right. So here I have the FIFA, the EA app, okay. And what you're gonna do is that you're gonna click on, you're gonna go offline. Actually, no, we're not gonna go offline first. One of the things that you do have to do with the EA is that you have to go to manage, okay, and then you have to go to view properties. Okay, once you go to view properties, you're gonna add this line to the EA app. You're gonna do minus data path FIFA mod data. So that's what you're gonna do. You're gonna add. So I'm gonna actually add it. I'm gonna put it in the chats over here. So let's see here. I do this so that you guys can actually copy and paste if you guys want. All right, so you're gonna write it, you're gonna put it in there just like that, just the way that I actually put it in chat. Okay. Now, the beautiful thing about this is that when you play online and you play offline, you don't have to delete the line, you know. And one of the things I used to do, I used to like have it written down on a piece of paper and be like, oh man, I forgot what that thing was that I wrote down. So just real simple. Once you're in here, either you could take away the minus and then add a forward slash on it, right? So you can do it like that, where if you put anything else, like, you know, the other way around or anything, it's not going to accept it. But you could do a forward slash, right? And if you hit save, the forward slash will not activate that command. So that is a little bit workaround. That way you can continue to leave that stuff in there, and that way you don't have to remember it every single time you do it. So here you're gonna go again, view properties, and then every time you run it, you want to run the mods, you just go minus. So be data path, FIFA mod data, and then of course, you know, you hit save, and then it'll save it. Now the thing is, you want to do that before you hit go offline. If you go offline, then you can no longer access this area or go inside this area to do it, right? So all right, so we're gonna go offline. We added that line in there, and we're gonna go offline. Okay, it says, are you sure you want to go offline? Say yes. Okay, so we are technically offline. All right, now we can minimize the window. It's still running in the background, but we minimize the window. Now we're gonna open up the FIFA mod manager. Remember that we imported the files in there already, so the files are inside there. Initially, when you run the FIFA mod manager, it does come up with this. Of course, choose the game path. So of course you have it in, I have it in gaming, EA, and then FIFA 23, and you can hit make this default so this doesn't open. However, I choose to make it show it to me all the time, because in the past what I've done, I had created two different files. So I said, okay, I want to run my mods from this FIFA and then this other FIFA that was installed. You know, it's like I play with the files a lot. So, but anyways, you could just have it like this and then hit select. All right. once the FIFA mod manager opens up, you're gonna see that here on the right hand side. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna delete all these files that are in here so that you can see that this is not the way normally it shows up. It shows up like this, right? So when it opens up, you're gonna open up like this with all the files that are included in the FIFER's Realism folder that you added in there. To include down here, these are the two that I added, the banners and my custom badge. And I'm gonna take the main mods and I'm just gonna go ahead and highlight every single one, and I'm gonna hit apply. Then I'm gonna do the same thing with every other one that I want, right? So I want to add the dynamic boot assignments, apply. So you see it's gonna add it to the bottom of the FIFER's Realism mod here, to that bottom area. That's totally fine. And next, the scoreboards, you're only gonna choose one scoreboard. You're gonna choose, in this case, since I am playing with, I want to create a club in the lower divisions of England, like the English 1, right? Or English 2, right? So I can put it in here, England scoreboards, apply. Okay, and then also, because you only choose one, you don't choose any other one. Then TV logos, I want to add Sky Sports Premier League TV logo. I want to use that because I don't want to see that whole EA thing. I want to apply that one. That goes on the bottom. And then of course I'm going to add the mods that I created. The FIFA 20, the Cofresi FC banners and flags. And then my Create a Club Cofresi FC badge or crest, okay, in there. So when you hold or you click on each one, normally on the descriptions, it'll show you what this one looks like on this side, right? So in this case, if I click on it, if I hold this one here, the banners description, I can see what the banners look like in game. So these are my banners that I have for the team that I created, different flags that I created in the game. And of course, if you look at my tutorial, it shows you exactly how I did that. And then of course, this mod adds a custom badge, and it adds it like this for not only the kids, but everywhere else in the game, right? All right, so now that we've done that, all the mods are applied. You do want to make sure 100% that this realism mod that's in here, the FIFER's Realism mod, when you import or you apply the mods, that is exactly in the same order that it shows here. It'll be kind of like the same exact way. So alphabetically, like you can see it here, like B, C, F, G, M, N, T, and then the FIFER's mod here on the bottom. Okay, and then the other, any additional ones, then they would actually be on here on the bottom area. Okay, once you've done that, then you're gonna run the mod. Okay, in this case today, I am gonna run it full screen because I want the mod to run full, you know, for you guys. You guys can see it actually, and it doesn't look like, you know, it doesn't. Sometimes Windows mode, if I'm streaming, it'll be less. And then rendering, normally I would run it on ultra. Just because I'm streaming, I am gonna run it low. That's the only reason why, because but you could run it on ultra, okay? Or you know what, let's run it on high. I'll put it on high. And then the MSA option you could do for, I'm gonna put it at 2 just for today, and normally I could run it ultra for. And then you do want to lock it at 60 frames per second because you are running mods. So when you're running mods, the CPU and the graphic memory and all that, they get pretty heavy. So overloaded with a lot of things. So you do want to make sure that you run it 60 frames per second. That's plenty for FIFA 23. Like that's, you know, that's straight. You don't have to run it unlimited. It's unrealistic to do it like that. It just, it doesn't even matter. 60 frames per second is totally fine. Okay, you're gonna hit okay, so the other options here, I keep them default. the way that they are on the mixed stereo, I put it at stereo. Voice, I take it off. And then everything else, I just leave this check. Don't mess with it. I just leave it like that. Next, I'm going to click on delete FIFA mod data and launch. Remember that I am running the EA is offline. If you do have the EA app online, it's not going to work. Okay. It's not going to work. So you have to run it offline. Okay. Offline. And you're going to hit delete the FIFA mod data and launch. You're going to click here on the bottom. And then that's it. That's all it takes. And then we'll just wait for it to load. Make sure you have your controller already turned on and working. So we're gonna wait. Now, if you are running again, if you're running if you follow these procedures and you follow these steps, and you're running a career mode, and you run it offline, you will not get banned. You're not gonna get banned. That's not gonna happen. Now, if you run the mod, right, and you try to go into FIFA Ultimate Team, which and you do try to play a match and everything else like that, then if you get kicked, you could get banned. You could, but I mean, still, it hasn't really even happened to me. Now, one of the things that can also affect you getting kicked from the mod, from the game, or get banned is if you remember the area in the game where I added the view properties and I added the command, dash data path FIFA mod data. You have to make sure that when you run online, FIFA online, you got to take that command out of there. So otherwise it'll run the modified files that are in the FIFA. Like, it'll use pretty much the modded files. So that's the reason why you do want to get it out. Now, I have mistakenly actually played 2 friendly matches with that file on. And initially, I did get kicked out of 2 of the games. And did I get banned? I didn't get banned. It did kick me out of the games. So, knock on wood. Then I was like, you know what? Maybe let me check something. Then I checked the file. Then I did check that I actually left the command. I forgot to actually take it off. And I was like, damn. So I took the command off. Then I went back and played the matches and didn't kick me out, and I had won both matches too. But at the end of it, when it came time to get me the award, whatever, after scored a goal, I don't know. So this is the message that'll come up. Of course, once you see that, the mod is actually loading. So, all right. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to switch over to the game capture real quick. It's going to go to a blank screen, is it? Yep, blank screen, but it'll show up here shortly. There we go. All right. So currently right now, I am running the mod. So you can see everything's running just fine. I'm going to go in, and when the game actually tries to go online, it'll tell you you're offline. You cannot play online. So here we go. FIFER's mod. Now, this is the difference between the beta 2 and the beta 3 right away. You can see on the bottom of it says press any button. This will default the control. This will be your control default device. Beta 2 didn't have that. Beta 2 had the other disclaimer that was part of the FIFA message that was in there. So did they actually change that already? So you could tell already, like, yes, I am running the right mod. Since you're running offline, it'll tell you unable to connect to the EA servers, and then you could just hit OK. So you're good to go. You are running legit. You're running the mod. So now the first thing, don't try to reconnect or anything, because you're gonna run offline. Now, this is mistake number 1 that a lot of people do when running the mod. They'll go straight into the mode. They'll go, you know what? I want to go into my career mode. Boom, boom. Do it all like this. Guess what? You're not using your squad file. As soon as you go into the mod, the first thing you need to do is you need to go into settings or customize. You need to go into profiles, and you need to load the squad file that you got from the FIFER's Realism mod um folder. Gonna go in there and you will find it in here. So you're gonna here in this case you got the FIFER's FIFA 23 Realism mod beta 3, and we're gonna run it. Once you run it, the first thing you want to do, you want to check to see that those files are actually working and that the players that are in that squad file are modded, that you got all the new faces. So there are a couple faces that I know right away that are, FIFA has done a horrible job at updating these players. So I go straight into here. I go into edit real players, male players, and of course it goes right into automatically the first player I see, the hair is totally different. I go into any other one, so I see Shaw, same thing, Shaw tattoos, haircut differently, here we go, another one, Anthony, totally legit, looks totally different. He looked like he's supposed to look, right? There we go. Got the tats. Okay, next one that I know 100%. Let's see who else we got. I mean, you could take Ilanga, totally different. Everyone is totally different. Garnacho, same thing. Look at Garnacho. Garnacho definitely 100% does not look like that in game. I don't know why he looks. He don't look right, Garnacho. I mean, not in game. I'm saying like he looked like he about to get in trouble all the time. All right. So we got so everybody is totally decked out with tattoos. Same thing, Palistri. Same thing. If you do want to see a particular player to see whether they actually got him in the FIFER's Realism mod, just let me know right out of the gate to see whether he's been added in there. Just write the name down in the live chat, and there in the comments, and I will also tell you. Not only that, but actually, if I go into, well, actually, I'm not gonna jump into it right now. But if you go into the beta channel, of the mods themselves, you can actually see a link of the players database. So you can scroll all the way down and see who's been added to the list. I think there's like a total of like almost like 1,000 names. So like everybody that's on that list, I think it's like maybe not 1,000, maybe like 900 something. Okay, gotcha. What team is he on right now, Lex? What team? I think it'll be easier for me to actually find them like that. So the best thing is actually just to like go down that list, because there's so many that has been added, right? That all right. So you tell me what league is he on? Let me see here. Actually, let me pull it up. Juve. Okay, I'll show you. Oh shit. I just closed the wrong window. Okay, so I closed the mod. I closed the game. Never mind. That's all right. I'm actually gonna restart it again. Here we go. So that was a common mistake, right? So here we go. I'm gonna just run it again. Okay, same thing. Boom. Again, every time I start it, I do delete mod data and launch. So okay, gotcha. Yep, Juve. Yeah, that's a nice team too. Yeah, 'cause accidents happen, man. A stream, you're streaming, you just can definitely make a mistake. All right, it always say the little message on the bottom. It says it may take up to 30 minutes or longer, but that is the part in the beginning where I show you the little tips about, hey, have your FIFA, like it even tells you there the message, install FIFA 23 in the mod manager in your C drive or the same hard drive that you have the game installed, right? So You have them both in there. It'll only take like like maybe 3, 5 minutes, 10 minutes max. And of course, it all depends on what kind of memory you have. You know, for RAM. So those that are computer savvy. Yeah, yeah, it'll stay. Yeah, this live is actually gonna stay in my in the channel in the channel for sure. So yeah, I'm not gonna delete it. I'm gonna just leave it in there for beta, so you'll see it. It should post like right away too, like as soon as I get we're done with the stream today. All right, so it's loading. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take it off of here, and then I'm gonna put it back on the game capture while it's loading. I've tried to do it. Let me tell you, like this year, I've been actually like I streamed actually quite a few times, and unfortunately, I haven't been able to save it. Mainly because I had so much problems with FIFA 23 in streaming it, right? And then like, you know, now it's gotten to the point that I'm able to get a nice, decent bit rate, in streaming it. So I decided to multi-stream it. So that's why right now we are on both Twitch and on YouTube. All right, so I'm gonna start that up. All right, so here we are. We're loading again. It's gonna tell us the same message, and I'm gonna go through the same exact thing that I just did now. Automatically go in, customize, profile. This kind of like will become like second nature once you start doing it like this. So I loaded the file, and I'm gonna check the players. And of course, I'm not gonna check the player that Lex Samarin. Hope I'm Kovic, you told me the player that to see whether, since I don't know whether that player's actually been edited in the mod, they've actually added. I'm just gonna check again. De Gea's good. Another play that I do check in here, I check Liverpool and I check Nunes, because EA doesn't know how to act. They don't know what they're doing sometimes. Like they just mess all their players up. So you can see Nunes is let me take my camera off, put it here. So yes, you can see Nunes is actually good the way that he's supposed to look. Here we go with the head. Boom, it's got the tattoos, everything good. He looks legit. This is exactly how you want to play the game. All right, now we're gonna head to Italy, right? And we're gonna go with Juve. And here we have a couple players in here. We got Danilo with the tattoos in his arms. Let me check Dusan. All right, so I'm gonna stop whenever Vermeer, Bonucci, Sandro, Locatelli, Quadrado, Rabiot, Marietti, and this is the right here. So D. So yeah, Dusan, right there. That's what we got. So let me go into him right now. There we go. All right. So one thing also to notice about the, when you are running the mod, right, is that you are able to edit every single part of the player. Like, not that I promote it, but if you feel like you've been playing or you play the game and EA just did a player completely injustice, like you're like, you know what, this player deserves a 4-star weak foot, or this player deserves to play better, or to like EA don't know what the heck they're doing with their stats. You can change that if you want. So here you could change any part of the game, any part of the player's information, and then you can also then change the position of the player. So if you are playing a career mode and you don't want to spend the time using the actual realism mod with the training purposes, you want to change the player's position, you can. Not only that, but you can also change the attributes of the player. So if you say, you know what, 88 finishing, man, that's too high, you want to dumb it down, you could change it, right? So I'm not gonna keep the changes, but yeah, you could do whatever you want. Attacking, defending, skills. The only thing that you cannot edit through the FIFA that you could only do through a live editor, it is adding the skill, the different talents, you know, or the different traits. So the different traits, like, you know, whatever, outside weak foot, you know, finesse shot, bicycle kick, like those kind of things. You will need to use the live editor to do that, right? But anything else, like, you can't change it through here. And as you can see, the composure, so here, composure, positioning, everything else. So weak foot here too, this is where you would change the weak foot, finishing, everything else like that. So normally I choose always to be like, the save changes. No, I don't want to save changes. Normally I do not change I don't like to make changes, edit those myself. I like to actually just keep whatever they actually have right there, because to me it's like what it is. It's like, you know, so I don't like to do it. The only time that I would do it, it is where, let me go in here. All right, so we've identified already that the profile is fine. You know, we're gonna do it again. We're gonna load the squad file. Okay, we're gonna go out. Okay, so we've loaded the squad file. Okay, now the only time that I edit a player to that degree is if I'm creating my own custom club, and then I say, hey, I want to create the players for my club based on names that I want, based on stats and traits that I want. But other than that, I try not to do it too much. Remember that if you change the player's stats and you change the weak foot and everything, the value and the overall rating of that player is going to go up higher. So you always want to make sure that if you do make any changes, you take the league that you're playing into consideration, that you don't boost your stats so high that you have a player that's like, you know, you're playing in one of the lower divisions, and then suddenly now you boosted a player's stats so high that now that player's like 84 rated in a lower league, and then suddenly, like, it's totally fine that he's playing in your team and everything, but where you're going to run into problems is that when that player comes into your transfer window, he will not want to stay in your club, because that player, now you have to pay him the salaries to match his rating, and you might not have the money in the club to keep that player in your club. So bear that in mind, you know, that you might run into that problem if you boost somebody too high. So if you do create a player, try to keep them at the same level as all the other players in your club. Just don't go nuts, you know, doing it. All right, so now we're gonna go into play modes, and we're gonna I'm gonna load a career that I've already started, but just for the sake of this mod, I'm just gonna run through the first couple steps of the creating a custom club, so you can see the additional add-ons that they added in the mod. Okay, so here we're gonna go with a new career. We are going to use the current squad, which is the squad that we loaded into the using the profile. We've done that already, and we're gonna go. We can pick a real manager, and I'll show you what the real managers look like real quick, because there are a bunch of them that they added in the Realism Club. Even updated some of the old ones that are in there already. So an example of that is, just real quickly, we're gonna go into Italy specifically, because, you know, one manager that's not actually in Italy, and that is Mourinho. Mourinho is not in the game, right? Or his avatar is not in there. So you can see that he is in here, and so is every other manager in there. And if they were in here already, they're also updated, right? So you can see every single one in there. B3, Got some added in here too. Got Serie A that I covered. Serie A Tim. I mean, I did that already. Okay. Oh, my bad. Here we go. So let's go with Spain real quick. Spain. So here we go. Liga Santander. Second division. Okay. Let's go another one here. Let's go with let's go with the UK because that's oh, you go right here. All right. So we saw Premier League. Jesse March in there. Okay. Vincent Company. League One. Okay. League Two. All right. France. All right. So we are gonna exit that, and now we're gonna go into creating a new one. And of course, you know, when you do create your own one, you already know this is default, but the one thing that's added new is actually then the outfits. So this is brand new. You can actually choose different. Actually, may take the top shirt off first. That's the reason why you can't see the bottom one. All right, so a lot of times it shows you this stuff out here like this, but that is because those are things that don't necessarily have like you know, covers on them like this. Like you could see for the World Cup in Malta, they actually had this. If you're playing you know, one of your managers, you know, you could play them like this. So I mean, I wouldn't do it, but you know, some people would do it, right? But on that second one, what you want to do, man, there's so many, it's just ridiculous, right? What we're gonna do, we're just gonna leave them like this with the none, and that way you can see the bottom ones. So you can see the first category, then you can make changes to this one here. So there, you can actually see what it looks like. I tried to actually keep it like this so you can actually see what it looks like all the way. I'll run through some of them. They're just entirely way too many for me to actually just sit here to its entirety. You know, we keep going. I mean, some of them are, I tell you what, man, some of them are really, really nice. That I wish, you know, to like, oh man, I can't decide which one I actually want. Especially some of these like sweats, like jogging suits. Especially if you're playing like a league like here, Chelsea, this one. I think like Real Madrid's got some really, really nice ones too. And I also know that this season they had the whole like samurai you know scheme, or the you know, if you're playing FIFA Ultimate Team, they had the, you know, samurai tifos and you know everything else. So they do have a couple outfits in here that I think they were part of Bolta. Because honestly, I haven't played Bolta at all this whole entire season. So, but I know that some of the outfits in here are part of that. Let me see if I actually find them. This is actually really nice. Chelsea, Liverpool. It's a nice one too. Let me see if I find them in here. Oh, some of them are obviously you're gonna see they're gonna look kind of crazy. All right, we're gonna go back to the circles. Actually, they're in the outerwear. So, all right, and I am gonna actually let me just pick a shirt, just a random, just a regular t-shirt. Just leave them like this. Oops. All right, so the inside shirts, now you can actually see. I don't know who would do something like that. Okay, so the reason why they show like that, sometimes you just got to make, that's why you got to make sure that you do put in the outer shirt, to make sure that you put in let me see if I do it here. You pick no outer shirt, and then when you pick the inside shirt, you should be okay. Yeah, like this. See, so now it's fixed. So you saw how you fix that. So things that show like skin, you want to make sure that on the inner top, you don't pick something. You see how here now you got like the sleeves are cut off because it actually shows like an inner one that covers that area. So you're not gonna see the mesh. I'm not sure if you can see my, oh, there it is. So you can see like here it looks like this, but the minute that you then take it and you put no shirt, then it gets fixed. You see. So those are the things you just got to keep in mind. But that's not the Piper's Realism mod. That just has to do with you being able to pick the options, right? All right, so we picked that, and of course these are all legit. Like these all look really nice. And normally when I game, I like to pick some of these ones. Like these guys look, these coats here, they look really nice for your manager to have, right? Some of them are really wacky. But pretty much what it allows you to do, look at this one for Juve. I know you were talking about Lex right here. So you got one for Juve. Real nice. This is actually pretty cool. If I was playing a Juve career mode, I would probably pick this. Yeah. All right, so we got some more, and then of course the samurai one. Let me see if I see them in here. Some military garb, and so those are all different countries. So you got all the different countries that play in the World Cup. You do have actually like a flag, like a superhero's cap. Right, that's a pretty interesting one too, like armor. I wonder if in Volta you were able to play like that with your characters like that. I think so. So I think in Volta, oh, here it is, the samurai kids. So if you wanna imagine your manager wearing a fucking decked out like a samurai Ronin outfit or a shogun, right? And the reason why they have them like this is because if you pick pants, they also have the pants to match it. So like they have like a full on, you could have like a full on outfit, right? Not only do they have this ones, but of course, you know, they still have the standard normal outfits that you had in the game. Oh, here's some nice ones too. This one's pretty nice. And then you got the Real Madrid windbreaker. Of course, those are for female characters if you had some in there. It's another good one. Another nice jacket. And of course, you can put the regular t-shirt on them first, you know. Soho Warrior. Love Football. So remember in the FIFA Ultimate Team how you had the Love Football logo and all the different type of logos too. So these correlate to those kind of things, but you know, you have them available for you. This nice one too. This Adidas 3D track top. They also have the Adidas track bottoms. It's the same one, the 3Ds, and the whole outfit looks like legit real good. So like, yeah, so like this FIFA, definitely they added some more. So you get the options of the one that they had last year's plus the one that they're using this year too. So you get like, yeah, this is another good one too. The fourth kit, like kind of like the goal for Real Madrid. That's a pretty nice one too. All right, so you guys get the idea. You get the pants, same thing. Like you have so many options. Bottoms, you got 634 of them. And then socks, same thing, like multiple different socks that you got in there. In the shoes are the standard shoes that you do get in the regular FIFA. So, you know, you can't put cleats on them or anything, but they still the same ones in there. Okay, so now that you've done that, okay, so you would then jump into the career mode. We're gonna jump into the thing so you can actually see. We're gonna do a create your club, and here, of course, you know, you would then add the name of your club. I'm not gonna add the name of my club. I'm just because I want to show you the different options. So we're gonna go advanced. And now here is, of course, you're going to replace the club that you want to click. In this case, we're just going to do like League 2. And we're going to replace Crew Alexandria. We're going to leave that the same. And now here, we come into the main menu to customize. Now, remember that I added a second, a kit, though, which is the customized crest. I added the mod that had the Cofresi badge in there. So if you look at the customized crests, the first crest that you see is the one that's I created the mod for, and that is kind of like overriding because it's on the bottom priority or the mods. It overrides any of the other mods that are before it. So now FIFER's Realism mod added you the option to have whatever badges you want in the game. So it has like a bunch of different teams from all around the world to include like the minor leagues. So here in the US, it has badges for the USL League, and same thing if you were in South America, in one like Mexico, one of the lower leagues. And not only that, but also in Europe, you got other countries that got badges for their lower leagues that are not included in FIFA, and you wanted to create your own club based off of those clubs, then you have the option to do that through here. Now, the only unfortunate thing is that there is not organized category. It's not categorized based on like alphabetical order or league or country or anything like that. You are going to have to go through them one by one to figure out the one that you want. So, but mind you, they're all in here. Now, the way that they did it is based off of every single one, every single shape has its own one. So it would be like, because I want you to get the kind of like wrap your head around how many badges there are. So think of this. Every single shape has one, and then every single shape then has an additional 6 or a matter 12 sheets. So you can see that I'm in shape and I'm in that shape. And then if I go to each color has its own set of badges. So here we have, we are in blue. Now we are in red. We are in green. And if you do, you can see like if I'm selecting each one, you can see that the badge actually changes on the character on the kit. Okay. So same thing, each one. I cannot go through them. There are thousands and thousands of them. Oh, too many. But you could eat a bag of popcorn and just sit down and just go through all the badges if you want. In your own spare time, right? Oops. Let's go through here. I am actually just gonna keep this the one that I changed. So we're gonna go there. All right. So we're gonna keep that one. Now customized kits, same thing. They did what you get to choose 3 kits, which is great from other FIFAs. In this FIFA, you can choose the 3 custom kits and then also goalkeeper's kit. So because you are playing the modded FIFER's mod, you have an incredible amount of options on kits that you can actually use to include the sponsors. Now, the great thing about this mod right now that I've actually enjoyed, and I actually didn't need to import my own kits from the kit creator, because of course if you do want to create your own kit, there is other tutorials in my channel on how to create your own kit and import them into your creator club. But now the thing about it is that before last year, I had a problem where I wanted to keep the same brand. So in this case, like Nike, right? And I wanted to keep the same brand. So in this case, Red Bull, or the same sponsor, but I wanted 3 kits of that, or I wanted 2 kits of that. Last year, I didn't have that option. This year, you can see that FIFER was able to add the same brand and the same sponsor in multiple kit designs. So here we have 4 kits. Actually, not even 4 kits. We have a total of 4, 5, 6 kits with the same brand and the same sponsor, and 6 different designs. So if you wanted to, you could use any one of these. And the same thing if you wanted to use, here we have some of them, they don't have 6, some of them will have 4, but at least at a minimum most will have 3. So which is great, because if you want to in my case, what I ended up using, and I'll show you the one, this is pretty nice, the Heineken, 3 of those, so that's cool. Mercedes-Benz Monster, yeah, so the one that I actually use was, I think, Samsung. I'm not sure if it's in this, it should be in here, obviously. Here it is. So I used a combination of this ones right here, like this. So this is the combination I used, and I used this was my primary kit that I used, and I'll show you how I did that. I did it like this. Then I went secondary color red, and the third color that I kept was white with the white numbers in there. So you can see it just like this. Okay. That was my first kit. Then the second kit, I kept the same thing. I kept the same sponsor right here, right? So, but I went here, and there. I changed it to blue, or to white, a white kit. Then we went red, and we went black. And black right here. Just like that. Okay, and the third kit, then what I did with the third kit, then I went red. Oops, I went red. Go with the same sponsor. I think I did that one. I think it might have been this one here. I went, or I might have went actually the other way. I think I went that way. I think I went that one right here. Maybe I didn't choose that one, but yeah. Oof, let me change that color though. I think I might have gone. I'm not sure if I actually went this way. I think I went this way with it, yeah. So I think I actually picked it. Not sure whether it was red like this, but it was, needless to say, it was a red kit that I actually used in the very last one. And then of course on the goalkeeper's kit, then I used a same sponsor, Samsung. think I actually used this one right here. So there you go. Pick that one. And now you got the kits, you got the crests, and then the stadiums. You are going to be able to, there's also unlocked all the other stadiums. It's not just the ones that are just locked into the ones that are just the ones that are available in default FIFA. You have the option to pick pretty much any stadium that you want and rename it and so forth. So you could do that. All right, so you pick that, and then you go through the motions of then, of course, you know, the stands and everything else that you already have, the songs and all that. Now that you've done all that, then you actually then go into your own creator club, the one that you have in there. Now I'm going to show you. Now we're going to jump into my actually creator club, the one that I actually have that I'm running right now with the beta 3. So we're going to load, and we're going to load here. So this is my club right now. You can see that once you change the badges and everything else like that, it'll pretty much correlate and fill everything in the game to match your club identity. So all the badging and everything else like that will be exactly the same thing, to include the team. You can see my kit, the mini kit that's actually in the game itself in here. So these are the players that are generated by the game. I am running, so the league that I'm actually started, oh yeah, so this is the my own, the avatar that I created as a manager. You can also not only edit the players that you have in your club, but you can also edit the manager that you have in there, all the details while you're actually in the game itself. So here we have manager, and then of course outfits. This is the outfit that I chose for the game. And so yeah, so you have that option not only to do it outside of the game when you're creating the club, but you can also make all the changes inside the actual team when you are creating or editing any of your players. So here we have, you want to make changes to his kit, the way that he looks, his cleats. And now let me show you the boots. All right, so the boots, in years past, I have actually made a video. I'm not gonna go through them every single one because it's just crazy, but I am gonna scroll through them like this so you can actually see them. So what they have right now. So just an incredible amount of boots. And actually, this player, I would want to put in boots. He's a CM center mid. So let's change some boots on the center mid. So let's see. Let me just go through them real quick. Since this is like League 1, I don't want to give him like boots that are like this ones right here, them Nike boots. Let me see, zoom in. Yeah, I don't want to give him anything. Actually, let me change my camera now to be on the top. So yeah, those are actually pretty nice. Those are actually pretty legit too. Let's see, this one's right here, no balance. Yeah, I don't think, well, he's not gonna hit sneakers, but that he's gonna have some like super good boots, you know, because he's just in one of the lower leagues. Actually, that's actually pretty nice. So Raheem Sterling boots right there. Okay, so no, I cannot wear that because that's Sterling's boots, right? And then of course also the community, the mods, there's just some of the best boots that you can get on them, you know. Those are nice too, Superfly. And of course, you know, these are in game. Actually, these are in FIFA, but I did also saw some other ones too. Like these ones are I think those are not the 7.1. I think because there are some different variations of those too. And if I find them here, I'll put them on so you guys can see them. Those are nice too. That's actually really nice. I want to say, are these the boots I have? I have some. Yeah, actually, I do have. I don't have this ones. I have the ones with the laces on. These kind. Actually, I didn't realize they actually had them in here like this. That's pretty nice. I wonder if they got those with laces on. They do. Holy shit. They do have them in here. Holy crap. Yo, that's insane. They do. They have those in there. I cannot freaking believe it. They're actually a bit shinier than that. But yeah, that's pretty freaking accurate. Yeah, and those are not in FIFA either. Those are actually in the game. So should bring them over so you guys can see them. They actually look pretty legit like that. I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna go get the boots so you could actually see them, the real ones versus the ones that are in the game. Okay, 1 second. All right. So just came back just to grab the boots real quick to show you what they actually look in real life and in the game. So here we have. So got same ones. See logo in the back. Here. Laces. Pretty legit, right? So here you have the same boots in the game. See them right in here like this. So yeah, so I mean, imagine that. So the boots are actually, you can tell that the level of detail that they actually added to the boot, like it's legit. You know, there you have it. So I'm sure that if you guys got boots too, you could probably find them in here too. So actually, they're real nice too. Those right there. But just for the sake of it, actually, I'm gonna keep these ones right here because actually I think that's pretty neat. But we're gonna go through some. Let's actually keep going through some of these down here. So New Balance. Those are nice too. The Adidas X. And look at this one's. Holy crap. Those are extremely nice. So you got almost like on top of that, you'll be able to see like the same level of like boots, but like different variations of it. As you can see with the speed portals, So you got the lower league portal boots. Predator, those are nice too. Those are real nice. And they got so many, I don't even know what to pick. Yeah, for real. All right. So we're gonna go back because there are just entirely way too many of them. So we're gonna go back to that one pair if I could find it. I think it was on the lower row. Maybe. Yeah, I think I passed it already. Maybe I didn't. No, I didn't pass it actually. I think it was still over here. Here we go. Right here. There we go. Yeah. There we go. So these are the different variations of that speed portal boot. So you can see. Got the 4 different variations of it right there. Oops. Where do we go with that? Go with the laces. Laces on. Here we go. All right, laces on. All right. All right. So, and I actually didn't think I saved that. All right, but I'm going to take a quick break and then we're going to jump into the next match of the season that we started already. So I appreciate you guys. Thank you so much and I'll be right back, okay? And thank you. All right, so I'm back. All right, so we're gonna jump into the game. Hmm. And now, mind you, is that this one right here, like this one game, we do have with the beta 3 is that we do have the additional gameplay mod. So the gameplay is going to be a lot different. So it's gonna be the dribbling might be I know certainly that the with the realism mod that the basically what it does is it dumbs down a little bit the game, so it like the game is not as fast, but it feels a little bit more realistic. And again, it is in beta, so we're testing it out, and it's gonna be, but the game should feel definitely a bit different. Um, the players are not gonna feel like overpowered, so we'll see how it plays. So yeah, hopefully we'll have a good experience with that. Okay. Let me just be right back. Just so. All right, gotta get my lucky hat. My lucky hat. All right. So what have I done in this team? And what I've decided to do was to play I started with the English 2, and I always like to do that like with my own, like if I'm gonna create like my own club with my own badge, I always like to start at like the lowest division of the league of the country, so that I can actually try to see if I can get the Premier League. And we have like no budget, we have like no money to do pretty much like anything. Um, Even I cannot, buy scouts. I cannot buy a youth academy staff because I don't have it, right? So you can see it starts me up with a 2-star, 2-star, and if I wanted to buy anything high, I just don't have the cash right now. I have 1.6 million in my budget, and I think like the highest paid player in the club gets paid like I want to say like 12K a week, which is like nothing, right? So let's see what is my. I'll show you actually the team sheet first here. I'll show you what I got. So I'm playing a 4-2-2, and pretty much like I yeah, this is what you got, 4-4-2. Like I don't have anyone in here. Like I don't have a lot of reserves. I had like 3 other players that one I put on loan and 2 I sold, but it was like an extra goalkeeper and another extra player that I didn't really need. But yeah, I don't have very many players, right? So so this is what we got: Ross Ward, Sanchez, Price, Thompson, so Ahmed, McDermott, Sutton, Brown, Highland, Saunders, and then I got like 1 extra striker, and then 1 extra everything. I do have a couple center mids, right? Like 3, but everything else I only got like 1 extra one. And this guy I am training to be a left back, so we'll see what he can do, right? I haven't actually messed with the tactics, and I'll do that in a minute. And the squad hub, I do have everybody already under the development, so it's either to up the